Uh, Matter of fact, now we read the signs, right? I mean, we read curses, right? So let's see what these curses for, verse 46.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So how we know that's capital? We see the sign, right? So God said, how you gonna know my people? You gonna see these curses on them. That we reading in this Bible that's been collecting dust in grandma's house forever. We gonna see these curses on us to know who God's people is, right?
That's right.
All right, so let's get verse. Okay, verse 48.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 48.
Hey,
Therefore,
hold on, okay, let's go for 47.
Yes, sir.
this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So now God telling the children of Israel, says, you don't want to serve me to be happy. I brought you out of Egypt. I killed the whole nation for you. Says you don't want to serve me and be happy. You're going to serve your enemies that I'm going to send against you. So now we wondering, man, how did the white man or all these other weak nations beat a nation so mighty? Because God put a spirit in them, put a spirit in us, put a spirit in them to take us over. But God said we were going to serve our enemies for what?
For all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So now he said we're going to serve our enemies in hunger. So when we hungry, where we get our food from? Same people, right? So in hunger and in what?
In hunger and in thirst.
So now where we get our water from? Same people, right?
And in nakedness.
What about the clothes, sister?
And in want of all things.
So now can you name something that we don't have to go to our person for? From an education to a new job, or a new house, or a new car? God said we're going to have to go look for all things. But this going to show you that this enemy ain't a spirit on the ground. This enemy is a man.
Yes, sir.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So now God said this heat, which is your enemy, he going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck until, which means he ain't going to be on your neck forever. He going to be on your neck until you destroy it.
Right.
So what nation of people walk around here destroyed? We call ourselves black African American. That's a crayon color. You see what I'm saying? So we destroy, or we got big 7-foot men walking around with tight pants and skirts on.
That's right.
So we destroyed as a people. So verse, let me get 49.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 49.
No.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So God so great, he leave you a clue in it. He said it's going to be a nation what, as an eagle flyer. So what nation represent the eagle? Christopher Columbus came over here, had an eagle on his flag. America got an eagle on their flag. Germany. All these nations got an eagle on the flag. So we thank you for listening, sister. So according to the Bible, you God's chosen people, sister. Hey, you come on out of here, sister. Okay. Okay, all praises. All praises.
All praises.
So then what we are here for, we are here to bring the sheep back to God's fold, man.
That's right.
Not of our will, but God's will, man.
That's right.
So what you got from her? And she said she'll be back. So when she come back, we'll start off at 54.
We're rolling.
All right, we get there.
Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14. Notice, it's the last book. This is the book of Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gate into the city. Verse 15. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
So that was the main point. If the sister was to come back out, that's gonna be the point. Like, it's not so important that she is one of the 12 tribes, but it's to keep the commandments of God and the faith in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So let me get John chapter 10. Verse 27. Hey, plenty of people that walk by, but the sister came from out of nowhere. Across the street, man, through traffic to hear this. John chapter 10, verse 27.
This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
You see how the sister came out like a sheep to the slaughter, man? Like she was walking blind over here. She didn't know she was going to come over here and meet the prophets of the Lord, man. But she heard the voice of the Lord. And was like a sheep just blindly walking up on her, bro. We could have been talking about anything.
I mean, it came out of nowhere, too.
This is the book of John. This is the book of John, chapter 6, and verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
And you see how we speak in the spirit, man? You see how we speak in the spirit and her flesh? Probably was fighting together. Hey, I probably gonna come out, it kind of cold. It's probably cold outside for the sister, but guess what? Her spirit came to it. She heard the words of the spirit. That she can't help herself. So we're going to finish out these curses because here go the sister. We're going to go at the Deuteronomy.
How you doing?
Okay. So we're going to finish up these curses with you. So we're going to read them all because we know you got to get home. Alright, so let's get verse 41. Yeah, 28 and 41.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
And the most of y'all still gonna be jerking the job and having sex, but y'all ain't gonna enjoy y'all kids because they gonna go into slavery right with y'all. So let's go to verse 43.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So the Bible speaks of strangers. So if you're not on this side, you'll be a stranger. So the Arab man, the Chinese man, the white man, the East Indian man, the African people who are the real Hamites of the Bible, they popular around America, right? So God said we was going to come down very low, and they was going to come up high, and they was going to lend to us. And they was going to be the head, and we the tail. So what come out by the animal tail? What come out by the animal tail? Number three is like boo-boo, right? That's why we get left there. We get left the end of the stick. Feed it to us. Alright? So matter of fact, we're going to go to verse 54. Let's see why we kill each other.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
But now Moses said, you see how y'all and brother were love today? But if y'all don't keep God's commandments, y'all gonna have an evil eye towards each other. So that's why we got a famous saying around the world, stop the black on black crime. You don't hear white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime. It's only black Mexicans and Indians commit crime against each other. But he said not only you gonna have an evil eye towards your brother, but to who?
And toward the remnant of his seed in which he shall lead.
So you gonna have an evil eye towards your wife and towards your children, which you was gonna lead. So who's wrong for not having father figures in the home? So we are. So let's go verse 56.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
Hold on. So now Moses said, you see the woman around you, your Israelite women, the ones that they didn't even have to put their feet on the ground. We'll carry them to the stove.
Which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
So now, that's why you got old Glorilla and Sister Red. It's my baby daddy. You understand? But it said towards the son and the daughter. So now that's why the mom be like, boy, I can't stand you, just like your England daddy. Alright, so verse 64.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth, even unto the other. And there shall and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So now, God said He's going to scatter us across the four corners of the earth. That's why we can go to China and see somebody look just like us. But He said, now, other than you're going to serve other gods that you and your father have not known. You see that man down there? But it said wood and stone. So think about this. As a little child, I know you wonder, man, this same cross they used to burn down your yard, the KKK, right? It's the same cross in church today. So, those are the other gods that our people used to serve. Verse 65. But most people be like, you know what? It's just America. I believe in America. I'll live a better life.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
So now God said, hey, you can go to China, go. You don't have no rest, you're still a nigga to him. So I'm a young man, I be working like, man, Lord, how long can I work on these feet? They tired. So we back to the end, sister. So verse 66.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
So now Moses said, hey, your life was going to be in doubt right before you. So think about the sister Sonia Mason. She was at home in her comfort, cooking. But why did she have to fear? She got killed for holding the fire. So verse 68 is the last verse of the Bible, mama. So how did we get to America? They brought it over here, right? So, did you know that was in the Bible? Yeah, by what transportation? Okay, by boat.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now, hold on. So now, God said He was going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. So if you read the Bible, we walked from Egypt the first time. Moses split the Red Sea. So why would we need ships if we're talking about the same Egypt? So if you look on the back of your gun, you got a pyramid on the back. So what does America know that we don't know, right? So how the Lord going to bring us into Egypt?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So now when you look at that word buy, Hebrew, it means redeem. And nobody was going to be able to redeem us out of the slave, because in the Old Testament, you was able to buy your brother out of captivity.
But God said, this slave right here, ain't nobody gonna be able to say, not Martin Luther King, not Malcolm X, not Marcus Garvey, nobody. So we just read 15 through 68 persons of the God, or the persons in the Bible, right? So who will be the 12 tribes of Israel, not according to our own mind or how bad we want to be, but who will be them? We are, right? We are. Yeah, that's where we're going to go to. So now, since we know that we are the children of Israel, you know you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, your question should be, well, what does the Lord require of me? What do he want from me, right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, and verse 12. And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul. Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So now, when mom and dad say, you better shut your mouth for your good, what that mean? Shut your mouth for I whip you, right? So God said, keep these commandments for your good. So God, in the beginning, God gave us commandments for life or death. So how many commandments is it that we got to keep, sister? 12? Alright, so it was 10 that was written. Alright. Okay. The one with Jesus said, right? Okay. But he gave us no new commandment. That was an Old Testament. But the church tells us 10 commandments, right? But thou shalt not rape is not in it. So can I rape? So which means it got to be more than 10, right? So in this big book that he reads, you think the Lord only gave us 10 things that we can't do? So it's 613. But it's not hard, which means he gave laws for the pregnant women. He gave laws for the priests, for the boys, you know, so it's split up between, so they're not hard to keep. So now you see that Lord said, hey, he requires us to keep the commandment. So we'll just give you a couple commandments, and sister, you can, go home and you can read yourself.
Can I add something in there?
Go ahead, Kenny.
1 John 5 and 3 to show her that it ain't hard. Just to show her in the Bible. Oh, I see that. I know you.
Okay.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So hold up. Now God says, since I can't hug you, since you can't hug him and kiss him, he gonna show you how to love him.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Now you know in church they say, oh, couldn't nobody keep them, they was too hard. But God said, my commandments are not grievous. They not hard, which means it ain't hard for us brothers not to sleep with each other, right? It ain't hard for us brothers not to steal from each other, right? So now we're going to go to a couple commandments. Let me get Leviticus chapter 11.
You know?
Verse 7.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11. And
Leviticus.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 7. And the swine.
You know the swine is, sister? Okay.
Though he divideth the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
So now God said, hey, this pork, it got clean characteristics of cloven-footed, but it chews not the cud, which means it don't digest this food. It don't have sweat glands. So whatever this pig eat as a piglet, when we cook it, it's in us, right? So now, think about this. Pastor easy to tell grandma or uncle who got his leg cut off from high blood pressure and diabetes, hey, God says you shouldn't be eating pork anyway. He can easily tell them that, right? But he won't tell them that because they might be like, you know what? I love pork. I ain't putting no more money in your plate. I'm not even coming to church again. Yep. So now God saying, she own it. So God saying, we so chosen of a people, man. Don't even put a fork in you. Don't even touch it. So let's go verse 9.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have ends and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So now God said, hey, this is what you can eat in the water. Well, this in the water though. Fins and scales. So if it don't got fins and scales in the water, what are people love to eat? Shrimp, crab leg, catfish, all that. And that's an abomination to God. And it's a judgment for everything we do against God. So therefore, the pig used to clean up the earth back then before it was a trash can disposal. Like you could throw a dead body, you could throw trash, doo-doo, you gonna eat it. So let clean up the seed. Not everything that don't got fins and scales. It's a bottom feeder. Catfish, shrimp, lobster, all that lay at the bottom of the water. So when that lay at the bottom of the water and this cleans it up, you got the white man scooping it up, taking the real lobster. Now you feel like you're doing something because you're taking your girl out to eat shrimp, lobster, crab, but you really ain't doing nothing but just follow her. That's why we go to the doctor, he's like, hey, this is a new disease, I don't know what to call it, we're going to call it this. So those are simple commandments that we can keep. Like you said, God gave us plenty of things to eat. We got oxtail, we got steak, we got what else we got, bro? Lamb, cracker, lamb, deer. You know, we got all these great delicacies that we can eat. So let's get Deuteronomy 22.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother.
I think it's 25, yeah.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed, Salaki.
Okay, yeah, 22 and 5.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So now, the Most High said, hey, a woman shall wear what pertains to a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. So how do we know that's the latest bathroom? What they got on there? With a dress on, right? And I know you probably can witness this. Your ancestors like grandma and big mom, they didn't wear pants. So God said, hey, don't wear these pants because they pertain to a man. So that brings a whole spirit to you, especially if they think about the women with the tightest pants and show off everything they got. Yeah. So God gave you this dress, but you can add out. Because you're supposed to, you're going to have the yeast infection. But not only that, that's why women got so many baby daddies. Because she's showing everything to every man that passed by. And he just told her something nice, and he got her. But if I see a woman with a dress on, I can't say, dang, that ain't fair. I have to come to her like a man, like, with some sense. But since we ain't doing that, we got multiple baby daddies, yeast infections, right? So God said we can't, and the men, we should wear what a woman wear, a woman's garment. And how you look at us if we had on dresses out here? You know, so you see all these commandments that we read, they ain't hard. We just ain't never been taught them.
Can I add something there? Zephaniah 1:18. Unless you finish reading.
Yeah, let them finish this out and I'll come on.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So that everybody who do that is abomination to the Lord thy God. So you say Zephaniah 1 verse 18.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy rendance of all them that dwell in the land.
Verse 8.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princess and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So, you see what the brothers got on the bottom of their garments? These are called fringes, and I got on tassels, right? So when Yahweh saw what they call Jesus, when he cracked that sky come down, how you think he gonna identify his people? By the signs of not the strange apparel. So the ones you see with the tight pants and the men with the skirt, he like, oh, they can't be my people. So then we don't let them pass. But when I see the sons and the daughters with the dresses on, the modest dresses, and with their fringes on, hey, them gotta be my people. I'm coming to get them. So we was told that God, Yahweh Shai is coming to save everybody, right? So what does the Bible say? Does it say he coming to save everybody or what? He coming to save his people. So let me get Matthew 1 verse 21.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, and verse 21. And she shall bring forth the son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Why is he gonna say his people, right? So let me get Matthew 2 verse 6, next chapter over. Let's see who his people is.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of these shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Oh, that's his people that he came to save. So let me get Joel 2 verse 27. And like, you know, they say read here a little, there a little, line upon line. So this Bible is like a big puzzle. I could go here,